your dad on your way in, man?
Respectfully, I'm not going to answer any questions.
How we doing?
I'm doing good. How are you? Mind if I get your name and badge number?
Yeah, my name's Investigator Ryan Metter with the Illinois Secretary of State Police.
Yes, sir.
Are you a First Amendment auditor? Is that what you're doing?
I'm just a citizen exercising constitutional rights today.
Sure. So, as you know, there's a sign there that says notice recording or photography of any type is not allowed.
Okay.
Yep. So you can't have you videotaping inside the facility. And there's that. State's case law favors. State of Illinois has to not allow the recording or photography of any type in Secretary of State facilities. All inquiries should be directed to the Secretary of State Office of the General Counsel, 217-785-3094, and ask for Pamela.
Do you have any case law attached with this that you'd be willing to provide me, or?
Contact the General Counsel, and they'll be able to give it to you. So, do you have your ID on you?
No, I don't actually.
Okay. What's your name, partner?
Am I being detained right now?
I mean, unless the Secretary of State wants you trespass, that's why I'm trying to get your name.
Okay. What statute would that be trespassing under? State-supported land?
Well, you disregarded a sign that says recording of any type is not allowed, so you violated that sign.
So you are suspecting me of trespassing?
I'm saying if we want to trespass you, I would need your name. So
I am being trespassed?
As of right now, you're not being trespassed.
Okay. So as of right now, I'm not under suspicion of a crime.
Okay, here's the thing though. If you show back up and you cause issues, then we'll have your name.
Nobody even asked me to leave.
Okay. Well, they're asking you to leave.
Okay. Or respectfully, I'm going to decline.
Okay. So now you are trespassing.
Alright, everyone. Today's video gets straight to the point. We're looking at a situation where a group of officers shows up acting confident, but it's clear they don't actually know the law they're supposed to follow. A man who is simply using his rights suddenly becomes their focus. Instead of respecting the Constitution, they react based on emotion. You'll see them try to turn a basic policy sign into a supposed crime, even though no real law supports their claim. From the very first moment, the tension builds as the man firmly stands his ground and refuses to be pushed off public property.
So what is your name?
Would you mind, before we move any more forward, because I'm gonna do you a favor.
Yeah.
Okay, before anybody loses qualified immunity, look up the statute that you're willing to trespass me under and cite that. I promise you it.
Okay. Are you refusing to leave the property?
Will I be arrested if I don't leave?
You'll be cited. Yeah.
I'll be cited with what citing?
Criminal trespass to property. Actually, it's criminal trespass to state-supported property. Because you're refusing.
Look that statute up, and it will be in plain text why I am not in violation of that statute. I've just been through this. I'm doing you a favor, Metter, Officer Metter.
Yeah, you got the name right. Yep.
And
most people mispronounce it. So
well, you gave it to me first, and I appreciate that. Obviously, in the heat of the moment, that I'm not very confrontational at all. I'm not looking for a confrontation, but I'm not looking to have my rights stepped on.
I understand. I respect that. I respect your, I appreciate that and everything. And like I said, I'm just telling you that, that's why I gave you that piece of paper, okay? And here's the thing. I'm not looking at writing you a ticket.
Right.
I'm not wanting to go down that. I'm just wanting you to respect your rights.
So
like
the summons, the summons for the ticket, would that go to the municipal court in Salem?
It would go to the Marion County Courthouse.
Okay. Yes, I'm going to do you one last favor here.
I'm not telling you I'm trespassing you, but I would like your name for my case.
Yeah, and I understand how that goes, but no matter what, I'm not going to give it. I'm going to do one last favor for everybody here. Call Tim Hudspeth. You're going to do yourself a very big favor with your career, and I'm not trying to be a dick. Yeah. I know it sounds very pretentious me saying that. Call Tim Hudspeth right now, and I promise you he will tell you I'm fine to do what I'm doing. That's the bottom line. He doesn't know me personally, but I just dealt with him personally. Call Tim Hudspeth. He's going to be the prosecutor. He's going to know what I'm doing. It doesn't matter who does it. If you're off shift, if any one of them guys in there decide to come in here and record, we have the right to do it.
Well, here's the thing. I appreciate what you're doing, okay? I'm not, like I said, I'm a full advocate for people using their rights. Okay?
Sure.
But with it being a Secretary of State So they have their own policy, and as far as the general counsel goes also, that's why we give you the number for the general counsel, is a lot of people have social security cards, birth certificates, other things out here that we don't want people recording. You know what I mean?
Well, they shouldn't be dealing with that in public, though. You know, if they're going to do...
They have to do that inside.
As the officers keep pushing and demand his ID without any legal reason, the man responds with something they weren't ready for: facts. He calmly asks them to name the actual law behind their accusation. That's when everything slows down. Instead of giving a statute, they start talking in circles about policies and personal opinions, showing they have no real legal footing. When he warns them they could lose qualified immunity, they dismiss it, not realizing they're already walking straight into a serious legal problem of their own making.
Can take them somewhere private. So 720, let me see if I remember this right. 720 ILCS 521-5. That's criminal trespass to state-supported land. And I'm going to read it right from the illa.gov.
They want you trespassed.
You mind if I get your name and badge number? I didn't get.
Detective Swagler.
Detective Swagler?
Yes, sir. 295 Salem Police Department.
295. I appreciate that.
Yep.
I'm going to read you, and I know this will be my third time saying it, but this will be the last favor that I do everybody here. A5, under criminal trespass to state-supported land, right? A person commits criminal trespass to state-supported land when he or she enters upon a right-of-way, including facilities and improvements thereon. No, I'm sorry, I'm reading the wrong section here.
Different guy who's refusing to give his name and then you want to trespass.
A person commits criminal trespass to state-supported land when he or she enters upon land supported in whole or in part with state funds or federal funds administered, granted through state agencies or any building on the land by presenting false documents or falsely representing his or her identity orally. I haven't done that, right? We'll skip to the part where this will apply, what it doesn't apply. Okay? If I refuse to leave, well, I'm going to go back inside.
And now he's stating he's going to go back inside.
Absolutely, I have the right to. I came out here on my own free will, not because I was being detained. Just do me a favor.
You're allowed to stay outside, but you can't record inside.
I'm allowed to be inside also.
Okay, he's arguing that he is.
17 the house, 1512.
When I remain upon the land or in the building, here's the important part, and who thereby interferes with another person's lawful use or enjoyment of the building or land. How does me exercising my First Amendment constitutionally protected right interfere with anybody's lawful use or enjoyment of this building? I promise you, I told these guys, call Tim Hudspeth.
Alright, everyone. This is the point where the officer's whole argument starts falling apart. The man begins quoting the real state-approved property statute word for word, completely destroying the claim they've been trying to push. You can almost feel their frustration growing as they realize none of their statements are backed by actual law. Even when he calmly tells them to call the prosecuting attorney, someone who already knows the rules, they refuse. At this stage, it's clear they care more about forcing him to comply than respecting the Constitution they're supposed to uphold.
You guys from having to lose your qualified immunity over this. This is clearly established. The prosecutor of Salem of Marion County knows exactly what I'm doing, and he will tell you.
Here's the deal.
You do yourself a favor and speak with him.
I told you my first name. Can I at least get your first name so I'm not saying sir?
Respectfully, I'm not going to. You can just call me sir. I appreciate that.
Okay, sir, you're not allowed on the property. You're not allowed inside. Okay, you're trespassed. Okay, so you're not allowed.
By who?
The Illinois Secretary of State.
So you're
hereby trespassed.
So you're not going to call Tim Hudspeth?
As a state officer, right now, I'm trespassing you from the property. Whether or not you have a right to be somewhere, the people who have this property have a right to trespass you.
Well, it's public property.
Yeah, but we can trespass you from this property, okay, because it's state property.
So you're just going to not even do yourself the favor and call Tim Hudspeth?
I called my sergeant. That's all I need to call.
But the prosecuting attorney of this county, you're not willing to count?
State policy dictates exactly what I gave you.
Well, respectfully, I'm trying to help you here, right? Because I'm not. You're misinformed. I've already been through this in the area, in Marion County, with Tim Hudspeth. Okay. No, you don't understand, or you don't care.
I appreciate what you have to say.
I don't feel like you do, because you're trying to violate my rights and you're not even willing to go through any single route to rectify your mistake right now. So under the authority of who?
The Illinois Secretary of State Police.
Because it's going to come down on yourself personally and your department.
You have the number for our general counsel. For the
I don't
Secretary
need
of State.
counsel to exercise my constitutionally given rights.
Yeah, I understand that. So I'm
So
gonna
you
ask
just
to
don't
leave the
care
property,
then?
okay?
So you
And
just don't care?
Are you refusing to identify yourself?
Absolutely.
Okay. So I need a fingerprint check.
Is your body camera on?
It is on. Everybody's in.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. So, are you refusing to leave the property?
Am I going to be arrested if I don't leave?
you are.
Under what authority?
Under the authority of the Illinois Secretary of State Police.
So, because I've
The
never...
authority given to me by the state of Illinois.
Okay, so what exactly would happen?
The officers take things even further by saying he's now trespassed, but once again, they can't point to any law that actually supports it. When he questions them, they change their story and jump from trespassing to failure to identify, piling on accusations that don't even fit the situation. The man pushes back on every point with accuracy, showing just how weak their claims really are. This whole moment makes one thing obvious: their power is based on authority, not actual law. And the second they deal with someone who knows his rights, their entire approach starts to fall apart.
Well, normally I would just write you a ticket and send you on your way for criminal trespass, okay?
But because I'm being so defiant, it's going to escalate.
What it is, it's failure to identify. So I have to write a name on that ticket.
So you suspect me of a crime?
I do.
So I've been detained this whole time?
Right now you are, because you're refusing to leave the property.
So if I leave... If I just walk away right now, then what?
Then I'm going to let you walk away, because I don't want to write you a ticket. I don't want to take you to jail. If you stay
Okay.
on this property any longer, then I am going to have to put handcuffs on you and take you to the jail.
Well, I don't
and
want
fingerprint
that.
you. I don't want that either, because
It seems like you do.
no, I don't.
You're not even willing to go down an avenue that I've given
you. What time I
you.
get off work? 4 o'clock. 4:16.
Nobody's forcing you to violate my rights right now, sir.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
You don't even do yourself the favor of calling him, though. Like
I
I'm
called my
obviously.
sergeant. That's all I need to call. And I provided you documentation from our legal counsel as far as a
Would either one of you be willing to call Tim Hudspeth?
This is Secretary of State property. Secretary of State is.
And I just read you the statute that he was trying
And I
to
just told you.
cite me with.
And I just told
so
you what I
nobody's willing to even save yourselves the qualified immunity.
From what I'm gathering, we're kind of at an impasse, right?
Well, yeah, because I'm exercising rights and you're violating rights. That's the
I'm sorry you
impasse.
feel that way. So right now you are on state property, okay? So, and I am asking you to leave. If you fail to leave, then you will be charged for criminal trespass.
What is that? A book and release, or is it down to the jail? You hold me for the weekend,
Well, as
or
of
what?
right now, you're failing to identify.
Okay.
So if you
So we're
fail to-
stacking charges.
Yeah.
For exercising rights.
So if you fail to identify, then you're going to be taken in and fingerprinted so I can get your identity. So then I can write you the ticket and then you can be released.
How does that work? You guys beat me into oblivion until I'm willing to, until you can forcefully, I mean, because so if
Why
I'm,
would you say beat you into oblivion? Why would you use terminology?
well, because I'm not willing to identify, so I'm not going to be willing to fingerprint, right? So just because you put me in handcuffs and put me in a car and take me somewhere.
Alright, everyone. This is where everything reaches its peak. The officers start threatening him with arrest, fingerprinting, and extra charges, but he stays calm and keeps asking for the actual law that gives them that authority. Then the turning point hits. One officer finally calls someone higher up. As soon as the state attorney answers, the whole situation falls apart in seconds. The attorney confirms exactly what the man has been saying the entire time: it's public property, he has every right to be there, and they cannot trespass him. The quiet moment that follows says more than any argument the officers made.
Just be willing to
Well, the problem that we have
waive
here
my
is-
rights now?
is so criminal trespass is just a ticket. That's all it is.
Right.
But whenever you start failing to identify and stuff like that, what name are we going to put on the ticket if you're not willing to identify?
Well, it's not a ticket, though. It's not criminal trespass. I just read him the statute. He's not willing to listen. I will read you the statute if you want.
Because you're refusing. Because we gave you the opportunity to leave and now you're not doing it.
I don't need. You should give me the opportunity to exercise my constitutional rights by recording in a public space, respectfully.
I understand what you're saying.
So you just don't care then? If you're not willing to do that, then I guess you deserve the litigation that's going to follow. That's just the bottom line. You're going to be stripped of your qualified immunity.
So like I said before, we have a question.
State's Attorney, Tim Hudson. He advised me that's a public place. You can be in here. We cannot trespass you.
Thank you.
So,
Swagler?
with that being
Detective
said,
Swagler?
Detective Swagler.
Appreciate it. It took
Tonight,
long enough, but
Salem Police Department, we're
You're
going
out.
to be on our way.
yeah, you're not going to enforce. So,
Let me speak with you for just a minute.
you guys' body cam's not muted, right?
Cam is on.
Not muted? Appreciate that, sir. Thank God. Appreciate it, sir. I'm going to come inside with you since I do have the right
You did say
to.
as long as you stay in the public area, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
don't
That's
go.
all I had been doing.
Okay.
Didn't bother anybody.
With their bluff exposed and their authority gone, the officers finally step back. The man walks right back into the building without issue, proving that the law, not fear or intimidation, ultimately decides what's allowed. This ending is a sharp reminder of how quickly rights can be crossed when officers act on ego instead of actual statutes. It shouldn't take a call to the state attorney for police to follow the Constitution, but that's exactly what happened here. So remember, know your rights, record everything, and stand your ground. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit like, drop a comment, and share it to help others understand how easily their freedom can be challenged.